So I'm making this video just to talk to the men that want to do something with themselves, but are either too afraid to, don't know how to get out of their circumstance. Maybe you hate your circumstance, and you want to change it and you want to do something else, and maybe you feel like it's selfish, or maybe you feel shameful about it. What's your family going to think? Like, all these things come up, and once you start doing it, that doesn't even matter anymore. They don't even care. In fact, sometimes they're jealous because you are doing it and they're not. You left them behind. You're showing them who they could have been. And, I wouldn't do it out of spite, to be honest. If you're doing it out of spite, then, that's not authentic. That's not really what you want. But man, if you like being outside and you like roaming around, you want to just go really explore life. And a lot of us have that realization of like, oh my God, I get to live this one life one time. And it's like really real. Like, you really know you're going to die one day. And why am I going to waste it sitting in a booth for some corporation that doesn't even know my name, I know there's a lot of hurdles. Maybe you own a house. Maybe you have a nice job that's paying you nice money, and it's hard to get away from that. Like, the other side of it is fear. It's a lot of fear and a lot of things to break through. It's a lot of humbling. A lot of us are entitled and privileged and this, that, and the other. And this lifestyle really rips it out of you. And it's something I really needed. It humbles you in ways you never knew. Like, it teaches you discipline. It really forms you into a strong, resilient man who can take care of himself, does his laundry, makes his own food, goes to the gym, gets the work done that he needs to get done. We're like severely lacking that right now, it seems like. And it might sound like really rough or hard for some people, but I was not like this when I first started. Even still, like, I seek comfort like crazy. And when I can't, and I'm forced to struggle, it just puts you back in your freaking place. You become real present to what the moment is, and you're left with no other choice but to accept yourself. And that seems to be like kind of the key to a lot of this, is the self-acceptance of, yeah, I'm not making $100,000 a year. Yeah, I live in a tiny little Astro van. I don't have this cool Sprinter. I don't have this big rig. Like, all this comparison happens. And at the end of the day, it's all about your character. It's all about your attitude and how you go through the world. It doesn't matter what you're in. Someone could be in a Sprinter or a nice, big, huge, whatever, but they could be assholes and no one wants to talk to them. They're probably miserable inside of their mind. Like, that outside stuff does not matter. You're better off being extremely wealthy and looking poor. You're better off that way. Because if you're out there just trying to chase stuff, like, yeah, you might get it, but once you have it, then what? Then what? What do? You relish in it? For what? Maybe a short amount of time, and then you're just, hungry for more. When you can just accept yourself, enjoy the process of being alive, and you have this endless fulfillment that happens. I haven't quite felt it yet, but you get a glimpse of it sometimes. And, that becomes addicting right there, this endless fulfillment of accepting where you're at right now and just focusing on the day and getting through the day in an exciting way. Yeah, so that was all the top of my head right there. I think I've been holding that in for a while. But yeah, van life has just really helped me look at me a lot more, not in a narcissistic way, but in a way of like, how can I help and serve the world more instead of myself? It's broken down a lot of, the grossness that I once had. It's made me more humble. It's made me more caring, more loving. I want to help people more. That's what happens when you strip away everything that is superficial. You see it the other way around, and you find out it's a much better way of life. Even if you are just living like this, who cares what people think? And like, what does that really matter? They're not taking care of you. They're not paying your bills. They're not doing anything. You don't even know them. They don't even know you. And once you talk to them, then you actually find out like, oh, they're just like kind of miserable. And they secretly wish they can be free. And man, like, you can be free. You can be. Again, we live in a time where there's like so much remote work. I never did cameras before, and I'm 5 years into it, and it's just something, you just learn it. You just pick it up and you learn it. Even if you think you suck at it, you just keep going. You kicking and screaming, you just keep just doing it and saying yeah and trying and failing. And I hate failing. Like, it's a struggle to even set this up. Like, but I just stopped listening to that little part of my brain and I just physically willed myself into doing it. Now here we are, and I'm talking to you, to the camera, to the birds, so whatever the fuck is listening right now. You just have to just start doing something. There's a lot of times where I'm bed rotting in here. I'm not doing anything. I'm being depressed and anxious and woe is me, and like, whoa, like, I live in this little van. I'm 38. I'm a piece of shit. I should have a big house and married by now with kids, and like, all that shit still comes up all the time. But life isn't a freaking fairy tale. Life isn't perfect. And even more so now with like these generations coming up, like, things are changing. Things are looking different. Like, porn has absolutely ruined men and women. Our mindset towards dating and looking at females is like not good, probably. Like, there's a lot of disgusting thought processes that go through with that, and it's no wonder no one can hold a relationship. No wonder everyone's cheating on each other. Like, it's just awful. And the only real solution to this is to become a better person. The only solution to this is to become a better person. Stop watching that shit. Get off the internet more. Get outside a little bit more. Go fishing. Allow yourself to go, like, live and be free. Go to the gym. I quit smoking weed recently, and tobacco. Although it was just like a little tobacco pipe just at the end of the day. But still, like, it's just not good at the end of the day for you. And that shit's hard. It's taken so many tries to give it up. And even then, like, I'll allow myself to rip on a cig once in a while. That's fine. Once in a while, rip on a cig. Just don't make it a habit to do it every single day. And at some point, yeah, I'll probably smoke weed again. No shame in that. But it's going to be in the context of like, well, I'm just here partying with someone, or, it's just once in a while here and there, once a quarter, a couple times a year. Don't make it a habit again. And if you need weed to get through your day, fine. But if you feel like it's holding you back, then you know what you have to do. And it's hard. And you know what? Life's hard. And once you get through the hard, you get rewarded with this sense of accomplishment. And it feels much better. And then you start looking at things that are hard, and you go, oh man, I'm going to feel so much better when I get through this hard, so I'm just going to get through the hard. And we'll be on the other end, and it's going to be much better. And I feel like it's for sure an 80-20 situation. The 80% being the reward, the feeling that you get after you get done accomplishing something hard. Kind of like when you climb a mountain or run a long distance, you get rewarded with endorphins for a large part of the day. And it doesn't take a lot of time to get that free drug that you make in your pharmacological body over here, There's no structure to this video, I'll tell you that, if you haven't figured that out yet. But I don't really want to do that because it's just feels not right for me, at least. I like to just talk a lot about things. But, you know, if you're resonating with this, cool. If you want to get out of your situation and go be free and live life out on the road, like start small. I started in a Honda Element. It cost me $6,000. My brother took over the house. I shut down my business. That was just hard. It sucked, but you know, it is what it is. I started podcast editing at the time. And just through networking and talking to people and being open is how I got jobs with my camera. Asking people if they need help. If you need something, I can help you with that. And even if you can't help them with that, and you can figure it out, do that. My first job with this thing, I had no idea what I was doing. I said yes anyways, and I figured it out, and I'm still there 5 years later. So like you need to take risks. You need to take a chance. And you'd be surprised how often it is rewarded. It's pretty shocking how often you get rewarded if you take a try. If you don't take a try, you don't get rewarded at all. And that sucks. And I've been stuck in that mode before. It's so much easier to not try. It's so much easier to not try. And it's, oh my God, fuck, it still is. I could still feel it. It still is so much easier to not try. I would rather just not fucking try. I'd wish everything just came to me without trying. But every day I wake up and it's like, God dang it, I have to do this on my own. There's no other way. There's no choice. No one is coming to save me. No one's coming to save you. You just have to just get the fuck after it. That's it. There's no other way out. And whoever's watching this far, like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're probably feeling it right now. You're like, God damn it. He knows. He knows. Ugh. Don't pull into the Burger King or McDonald's. Drive past that shit. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. Yesterday I wanted Chipotle so freaking bad. I wanted it so bad. Instead I ate walnuts and almonds. Like, ugh, fuck that shit. But I just did it and I hated it. It was dumb. But then I got to camp and I had a nice big steak, which was awesome, you know? And it's not like I'm saying, like, don't ever not get it again. Like, maybe today I'll get Chipotle. Because yesterday I didn't. And then, you know, whatever. It's fine. But test yourself. You know? See what the fuck you're made of. Anyways. Leave some thoughts in the comments if you're one of these dudes who want to do something with yourself. Get on the road or, I don't know, travel via Airbnb, or just, you want to just flip your life upside down. Like, let's talk about it, you know? I've done it already. And it's really not that hard or bad. Like, I feel like my life's kind of still the same. I just have, like, different kinds of problems, and I'm in different kinds of places, which is fun. Like, I've been in Texas. Texas is awesome. Never spent this much time in Texas before. I spent all my summer in Washington State, in Hood River and Packwood and over by the Sound. Like, how awesome is that, you know? Go live. This is a perfect time in reality, in life, in history to do that. We have the perfect opportunity right now to go just do whatever the fuck you want. It's awesome. All right, I hope that lit a fire under some of your asses. Again, leave some notes in the comments. And I don't know when I'm going to make another video, but see you next time.